Good afternoon, morning, my Liptions. It's that time of the week once again. It's bonus gun time, and this week we're going to be doing a full build with peripherals within about a 40k budget. I'm going to go a little bit over the top again, actually ever so slightly this time around. You can totally keep it within 40,000 rand, and this is a PC that I would personally use for premium gaming, 1440p, high refresh rate, high FPS gaming. This is the build that I basically would buy and use myself. It's kind of down to the T, almost component for component. I would say perfect in this sort of budget. And yes, I know you can get stuff secondhand and off of markets and etc. But we're just looking at brand new and what's available on the Evetech store. So keep that in mind and sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Starting off with the upgrade kit. I'm going 14600 KF. I've just finished the benchmarks on this, and it was ever so slightly better than the 13600K, and it's kind of the same price. So might as well, right? Z790 as well is going to give it just a little bit more performance even than what I will be showing to you. Probably tomorrow we should have that review out to you. I've got the 14700K as well, but this base platform is going to be super solid. It does come with a default 2x8 gig, but we 132 these days. A lot of games that are poorly optimized, like things like Tarkov and Rust, Arc, insert any big open world environment game, it's going to thump RAM like to the tune of 20 gigs. So it's just better if you've got it that you don't bottleneck that. It's a 500 rand increase. It brings our base bundle price to 13,000 rand. Comes with a pretty decent cooler as well. The LS520 is one of the best 240s you're going to find. If you look at top rated coolers, LS and LT series from Deepcool are always pretty much in the top 5-6 coolers from any reviewer. For graphics card, we're going 7800 XT. If you don't know, this is now slightly better than 3080 performance, brand new for 13k. It's kind of sick that it's that sort of price. 3-year warranty on these. The XFX version is just very OEM plus. It's very straightforward. There's no extra RGB and stuff, but we're getting a lot of raw performance and 16 gigs worth of video memory. So with that spec up into 1440p being inclined, this is actually even 4K 60 FPS ready, pretty much on any title you can imagine. Just to show you the proof and then putting in further credence to that idea, it's right on the heels even of the 7900 XT, and this list is now extremely developed. You can see generation and generation they did get a bit of a performance bump, but one of the things I really like about this is this 260 watt TDP. It is quite clean on the power side as well. Then for storage, we're going 2TB NVMe Gen 4. Obviously, 880 XPG, still the best bang for buck. 2,200 rand, 5-year warranty. Does come with a heat spreader, but our motherboard has a top slot over there with a bit of cooling as well, and then 2 more slots below, so some upgrading into the future. This is why I don't like to spec very entry-level motherboards with like high-end processors. Twofold is the boost from having a better power face, and then secondarily is the storage that you get full Gen 4 capacity across 3 slots, so you can then put in like a couple of these and go absolutely mental. For the power delivery, it's Old Faithful. V850, I use a V1000, still to this day. I've had it the entire duration of my channel, and I've never heard call one like once. So I know these are good. We know that these are good. It is fully modular as well, which is nice. So it's going to keep the build nice and clean. And a big plus with these is they just use the bendy cable styles. They actually don't have sleeving on them, so making tighter angles, etc. is a little bit easier. 5-year warranty as well, 80+ gold rating. It's going to do the job. Then to house this beast, we're staying deep cool. The CK560 is still the best bang for buck case you're going to get because it comes with 3 fans up front and the 120 pictured at the back. It's pretty damn long as well. It fits long boy GPUs, and you'll see there, right there, is a GPU sag bracket. So I'm going to be able to, with that very long 7800 XT, support it with the case. Then, because it's a Deepcool ecosystem, all of the fans and from our LS520 are going to be able to daisy chain into each other and go into one head on the motherboard. So the back panel might look a little bit undandy, but the front is going to be clean and neat and very easy to troubleshoot. Then for monitor, we've got to go for the Dell 27-inch 1440p 165Hz because of 5,500 with a 3-year local warranty. This is the best bang for buck monitor there is across the entire store, bar none. 165 Hz. It does do true 1 millisecond. It is VA. It does smear a touch, but I gotta say, out of all of the ones I've used, this is pretty much the best one. That's why I mean, I could have picked anything, right? and I just keep coming back to this Dell because price versus performance on these is just exceptionally good. They did the IPS version of this for like 6.5, which was mental. My mate bought one and he was like, no, this is so good, he just immediately bought a second one. So yeah, the VA on this, it is a little bit smeary, but for this one it was very much around the edges, nothing compared to like 1080p VA smear. So I was very, very happy with this. Colors, everything was just 10 out of 10. For the price point, it's unbeatable. And that brings us to our primary cart. With all of these components in, you're gonna look at 37,400, which leaves us 2,600 Rand for peripherals, which is a little bit narrow. I'd say you're probably gonna look at more like 3,600 for the peripherals I'm going to suggest, but I'm going to now give you multiple suggestions outside of that, so you can obviously build it to your preference. Starting off with keyboards, 60%, I'm going to say that the Goooooooood is like a little bit more premium, and I've just finished the review on it and I was actually exceptionally impressed with it. The dust cover is a really, really nice touch. Flat aluminium back, it's got very, very good switches and keycaps, and lighting, everything was very, very good. At the price point, it's still one of the best 60% that you're going to get. And if you want a full keyboard, then the Strike 13 is a no-brainer. It comes with Cherry MX switches, and the switches are generally the things that fail first. LEDs and stuff, they're built to have some pretty good lifetime, and I reviewed this sucker, and having the full setup with a numpad on the side is kind of nice. They just move, you can see the page down and such keys onto the actual numpad itself. So it's a 96, it's not a full, you can see it's not a full 104, so they have neatened it up and made it slightly smaller, but once again, flat aluminium backing, it's incredibly well built, and bang for buck from Mad Catz right now is some of the best in market. Then for gaming mice, I absolutely love the Pulsefire Haze. This is going to be my next mouse. I'm going, my mouse, unfortunately, the scroll is down, and again, and so because I use it for jump and CS and such, but this is now my first love. I loved this thing. I've used it over and over and over and over, and it's absolutely fantastic. Something that's really nice that comes in the pack is you get a spare set of skates and some grip tape. So if you prefer that, then that's going to be available to you just out of box. You don't have to go and buy another 200-300 rands worth of kit to get that, and you're getting double the lifetime because you've got these spare skates inside of the package. Another top suggestion for me in this price bracket, it has to be the glorious Model 02. You can get this in the wireless function for an extra 400 Rand at 1,500, and it's kind of worth it, right? Well, it's not even, it's 300 bucks extra to get the wireless format of it. But if you just wanted the wide version, I would also highly suggest this. They improved the build quality significantly from the first generation to this one. It's worth that extra 200 bucks that's coming through, and this has an incredibly high DPI. So if you're going for higher resolution, if you swap out the 2K screen for a 4K screen, then it's going to be nice that you've got that DPI headroom. The final mouse suggestion that I'll make to you is the Razer Viper. It's also ambidextrous. I prefer to suggest those. If you like ergos, there are ergo variants of all of these mice, but this thing as well had some of the best performance I've had out of a mouse, and this one was also hard to put down. This is a bit of a longer boy as well, so if your hand is a bit bigger like your boy MVO and you've got 20 centimeter hands, then you might need a little bit of extra room, and so this is the one I would suggest. 69 grams as well without a hole in it. I know some people don't like the mouse with holes in them, so Razer Viper is going to come highly suggested as well. Now for headset, it's really hard to get away from this MH650. I'm even doing a test right now on a headset that's like double the price, and honestly it doesn't even have as good sound reproduction as these. For just general audio quality and sound positioning and a good mic, under 1,000 Rand, you cannot beat these. They are at the 1,000 Rand price point, there is just nothing that's comparable. They are USB powered as well, so you don't have to worry about the sound card, even though there is a good sound card on a motherboard. We don't even care about that. Comfort, longevity, everything, these just slap. Another top suggestion in the kind of the same price is the Black Shark V2. I really enjoyed these. Same thing, comfort is good, audio reproduction is fantastic. The mic's actually a little bit worse than the Cooler Masters, to be quite honest with you, but I don't think a lot of us are doing casting and stuff and are too worried about that. So if you're not, then this is going to be right up your alley. If you just prefer the style or something like that, I can't say that they are that much better in a price versus performance, but it's something just a little bit different. And if you prefer Razer and having like your headset command or control on there, then these are really good as well. And the final headset suggestion I'm going to make, and honestly the ones that have pretty much are going to be my headset pick of the year, were actually the HS65 wireless, and I can't imagine that the HS65 wired is going to be that much difference. The wireless was about 2,200 or 2,300, but they were exceptional. Audio quality, sound positioning, comfort were all 10 out of 10. They literally blew my mind at how good they were generation on generation compared to what Corsair had done previously. These took everything up a notch. Like, they're so good, and I just can't imagine that these are going to be any worse with the wired. You can see 282 grams. They are extremely light, so for long-term gaming sessions they're going to be fantastic. I'd still give like a B+, and that was with the wireless version. So the wired versions are generally going to be a little bit better. These are a little bit more premium than the other two, and once again, price versus performance considered, I don't think you're getting that much better. They're going to be pretty much the same on price versus performance overall, I would say. But if you've got the extra cash and you can spend it, the audio quality from these was borderline Sennheiser quality. I'm not kidding. They actually blew my mind at how good they were. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your build with peripherals for about 40,000 Rand. I do hope that you've enjoyed this. Next week, I'm going to be doing the no holds barred, just best in slot, whatever that realistically is the kind of PC that I would generally suggest, even for premium gaming. I don't really see a point in going into the ultra premium beyond that. We're going to do it anyway, and we're going to look at a PC that will be the kind of ultimate platform for gaming and streaming within some reason. I'm not going to just spec like a 4900 KF and, you know, a 25,000 Rand motherboard just for the hell of it. I'm going to look at like realistic daily performance. If you were rendering, you know, playing games, etc., then we're going to come up with something within some reason. Last time we went to 82,000 Rand in budget, and hopefully we'll bring it in underneath that this time. I'm going to do full dual monitor setup and stuff though, so we'll see. It'll probably be close to 80,000 Rands worth of computer. Anywho, if you have enjoyed this, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe. If there's a review or something you guys want to see on the channel, let us know in the comments down below, and we will get that built into the schedule. Until then, hope you guys stay safe, keep well, and I will see you on the flip side.